diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and we are presented by the Hula Bowl. Today I have with me Devon Krzanowski. He's a linebacker out of North Dakota. Nice to have you, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Cool. So obviously a linebacker there at North Dakota. Had a little bit of a journey there and really having lots of great success. But before we get there, man, I want to know your story, dude. Tell me where you're from and how you ultimately got there.
I'm from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. I went to high school at Fond du Lac High School. And then my senior year, I was recruited by a couple of schools, some D2, some FCS. And ultimately, my best offer was to attend the University of St. Cloud State in Minnesota, a D2. And so I was there for 2.5 years. I redshirted my freshman year. And then my sophomore year, I rotated in a little bit, started 2 games. And then my junior year, I started the whole year. And after that season, they decided to cut our program. So I was out of a home and had to start the recruiting all over again. And I talked to a lot of D2 schools, one FBS, and then a couple FCS schools. And University of North Dakota was really the one that I fell in love with, felt like home. My former coach, Mark Sipple, had a connection there. And so it really worked out. And then my first year here, I was on campus for about 2 months, I want to say. Got halfway through spring ball, whole COVID situation happened. We got shut down, sent home. Then that fall, we came back in, ready to play. They moved our season to the spring, which I think helped me out a lot. It gave me extra time to learn the defense, gel with the guys. And then that spring really kind of hopped onto the scene. Had a good season. We made it to the playoffs. And then, yeah.
Yeah, man. So obviously you guys doing pretty well there. So talk to me about your guys' defense overall, man, and how you fit in that.
So we run a 3-4, and we like to get a lot of moving pieces around. Coach Kalinka, he does a great job game planning and getting people where they will be most productive. And so I play the Sam position, which is the strong side linebacker. And so really it's a leadership role. Got to get guys lined up, make sure they're doing the right thing. And then the way our defense works is we kind of, obviously all defenses kind of work like this, but really in ours, it's us, me, and the Will. We make majority of the tackles. So you got to really be in there, be on your game.
Cool. So, I mean, obviously a guy who your team has a lot of trust in, a lot of faith, putting a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. I mean, a very productive player there so far. I mean, I know you haven't been there for that long, but certainly a guy that they could lean on there, as a defensive player. So, where are you these days, like measurements wise? I mean, I have in my notes about 6'1", 235. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Okay. And so again, like you said, playing that Sam position as a linebacker, what do you feel separates you as a prospect? I mean, we were looking at you as a guy who is very close to the professional level. I mean, that's going to be, you're knocking on the door there. So what do you feel separates you as an athlete?
I would say my instincts. For whatever reason, I seem to always be able to find my way to the ball. I wouldn't say I'm the fastest or the strongest guy out there, but I would say that my instincts and then mental ability to understand what the offense is trying to do, which formations they come out in, really allow me to be in the right spot to make plays.
Cool. And being a fan and student of the game, who are you looking at the next level, man? Like either who are you a fan of, or maybe somebody that you try and model yourself after?
I like to watch Bobby Wagner and Darius Leonard. I'm a Vikings fan, even though I'm from Wisconsin, so I get a lot of crap for that, which is, I would say, reasonable, because the way the two franchises have gone, Packers winning Super Bowls, Vikings haven't been there in a while. But I also like to watch a lot of Eric Kendricks, and then Fred Warner. He's probably been the best linebacker recently. Just got highest rated in Madden too. So
Yeah, you a big Madden guy?
a little bit, yeah.
Okay, I think a lot of us are, have been. Obviously, if you've ever been a fan of football, I mean, I think a lot of us have gotten on there, and especially the way that Madden has developed over the years, man.
Yeah.
See, I kind of telling my age a little bit, but I remember when like the first one came out. So like, it's a whole lot different now, with everything they got going on, a whole lot more plays, more buttons. So it's been definitely crazy. So, but yeah, obviously lately people are looking at some of those numbers, which is fun. But switching gears a little bit, kind of want to look back at you and your overall history as an athlete. What other sports did you play like back in your day?
In high school, I played football, basketball, and I did track and field. So
Cool. So with your experience in those other sports like basketball and track and field, do you feel like that has helped you as a football player?
yeah, I definitely think being a multi-sport athlete really helps in whatever sport like you choose to do as a college athlete. Having that background as a multi-sport athlete helps you become more athletic and be able to react to different situations. My high school coach, Mike Krzanowski, he was a big preacher of making sure guys were in more than one sport, just not focusing on like football or baseball or something like that. So I think it gives you a really good advantage.
Gotcha. And at least according to my notes, you were a pretty good track and field thrower. And so was able to do well in that sport. I have in my notes, and correct me if I'm wrong in this, but about a 51, over 51.5 in the shot put, which is really good.
Yep.
And then almost 160 in the discus. So
Yes, sir.
some pretty decent numbers. Hey, do you ever think about maybe doing that at the collegiate level?
I never really thought about doing track and field for college, just because I loved football. But my buddy Andrew Stone, he's a thrower at Wisconsin, and that dude's crazy. Like
Nice.
probably he's a freak like athlete, and yeah.
Gotcha. And since you mentioned it, man, I do want to kind of touch on it. So why do you love this game of football? Why do you play this game?
I think the game of football is the greatest team sport that we have. You have 11 guys for offense, defense, special teams, that if one of those guys doesn't do their job, the whole play is messed up. So it's a game that relies on accountability, and you have to rely on more than just yourself.
Gotcha. So I mean, obviously, a lot of guys out there having to do their job and execute. I know you got a lot of great teammates out there. So let's give a couple of them a shout out, since I know that a lot of those guys actually go out there and do a fantastic job. So tell me about a couple dudes for you guys.
Well, you guys have done interviews with CJ Siegel, Garrett Mogg, and Donnie Ventrelli, and those are real key people on our team. Donnie being probably our most veteran O-lineman, playing with a guy like Matt Waletzko, who is on the Cowboys now. Garrett, one of our offensive leaders, he's been a captain the last 2 years. and CJ, who's been a guy who's started here since his freshman year. So they're a really key part of our team, and they're guys who we rely every Saturday to go make plays.
Cool. Definitely a couple of those names there I have talked to, which is fun. So, some interviews to definitely check out on NFL Draft Diamond. So love it. Um, Devon, kind of want to get your take on some of the highlights of your career so far. I mean, obviously we still got one more season, but tell me about maybe one of the memories that you have playing this game.
Definitely my first game. We played SIU in the spring, and I was a bit nervous. My first Division I football game. Didn't know how I would kind of play, how it would match up to the talent level. And funny enough, CJ came on a blitz, got a sack fumble on the quarterback, and I scooped it up, took it probably like 40 yards for a touchdown.
Nice.
And yeah, it was just like probably the craziest play I ever had. And I kind of just like solidified me as like I'm here and like I'm where I'm supposed to be. And yes, and the fact that this past season I scored a touchdown again against SIU. So it's like, I don't know what it is about them, but they like giving me points, so I'll take them.
Hey man, that's fine. That's great. Sure. I mean, so what's your expectations this upcoming season? You want to try and get another touchdown somehow? You think the coaches are going to put you on offense now? I mean, what's the situation?
I've been asking for a tight end package, but I don't think that's happening. But yeah, this season, I expect us to compete for the top of the Missouri Valley Conference. Last year, for whatever reason, we couldn't win close games, which left us with a 5-6 record. And so, we gotta come out and prove that we're still that team from the spring, and we got the people to do it. So we're hungry.
Cool, man. Certainly looking forward to watching some of those games this year. So, want to step off the football field a little bit, figure out who this Devon guy is. So tell me about something about yourself that's maybe fun, interesting, unique, special, whatever about you. So give me something.
So not a lot of people know this that aren't like who don't know me, but I'm a twin. So I have a twin sister and I have an older sister. So I'm the only male in my family. And so I've grown up around all women. And so being a twin especially is a little different. You got to share birthdays, all that stuff, Christmas. Like it's I would say it's a great experience too.
Well, hey, I mean, it's nice to have someone to share that with for sure. So anything else about you want to share? I mean, what else, anything else going on in your life these days?
Right now I'm just working a summer job, work at this t-shirt embroidery shop called DreamWorks here in Grand Forks. The owners there are great supporters of the program, so it's a good gig. I have a dog named Prince. He's 3, so he's been my companion for a couple of years. Don't know what I would do without him. And then just in my free time, I like to play video games, obviously, talk about Madden. I'm a big 2K guy. And then I've been on the Warzone grind lately. So
Gotcha. So working at that t-shirt joint, you working on your own merch these days or what?
No, I don't have any merch, but might have to start,
Hey man, since I just mentioned it, this video is going to be public, so it might have to give me a small cut of that. No, I'm just joking. But hey man, it's been nice getting to know you. But before we wrap things up, I want to give you one last opportunity to maybe chat with some scouts that may want to know a little bit more about you and what you bring to the table as an athlete. And so go ahead and look into that camera and just kind of direct yourself to all those guys. Tell them what kind of player they'd be getting if they took a chance on you. So hit them with your pitch.
If I were a scout looking at me, I would see a player who's committed, who is hardworking, a leader, and a guy who is gonna push through adversity. Um, I'm a guy who is very instinctual with the game of football. I like to learn. I'm a guy.
No. I get what you're saying, dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
there's a lot that that kind of goes into that. I mean, I just kind of want to piggyback on some of what you said. I mean, you figure a guy who I know you play the Sam, but I mean, you do have a little bit of position versatility, which I think helps you. I mean, and you've been a solid fixture there on that defense. Being able to rush the passer, affect the run game, and really just do a whole lot there. And again, like you said, being a quality leader for your guys' defense. Dude, I know that you guys have a lot of great players for your team this upcoming season, and are really rooting for you guys. I mean, hopefully everything will work out for you guys this upcoming season. All right.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Sure, no problem. Once again, I got with me Devon Krzanowski. He's a linebacker out of North Dakota. Definitely got to check him out. Okay.